You know, that Kedlos fellow isn't so bad. It was very generous of him to invite us to dine with his crew.
Oh, yes. He and I go way back. And it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Levi.
The pleasure is mine. And again, I'm sorry for frightening you before, Yosef. But when Kedlos told me his plan, I had to see it through.
All in good fun, I suppose. Ulrich will pay for this later.
Oh, you've been a good sport, cousin.
Ulrich, I hate to change the subject, but I must know. What happened next with the survivors of Phaendar?
Ah, yes. Now let's see, where was I? After defeating the hobgoblin assassin, the heroes of Phaendar collected themselves, but Tharos was overwhelmed.
After coming to his senses from being healed by Orin, Badger Theros stirs quickly and he springs up to all fours, still in wild shape. He whirls around, looking in all directions and blurting out questions to his companions, panic and anger slowly rising. What happened? Where's Wallace? Where is that monster? Is she dead? Tell me she's dead! Why are you all just staring at me? And that's when he realizes that in his current condition, his companions can't understand him. So as he shifts back into his normal form, a rush of clarity and emotion hits him full force. Overwhelmed by it, he runs off into the Fangwood alone. But eventually, after running 100 yards or so from where he left, he stops and just stands still. He closes his eyes and inhales deeply, then slowly exhales.
Torog's tongues, he only ran 100 yards. He's right there. Someone go talk to him.
Theros, are you okay?
I've never felt like that before. I don't know what came over me. I've never felt such rage. When I looked at her in the eyes, I saw such hatred and cruelty and suffering. And when she struck me, I relished the thought of striking back with the same. He lowers his head and stares forward into the Fangwood. I know that her kind has committed unforgivable atrocities, but that pleasure, that satisfaction I felt in lashing back at her, it terrifies me. I don't ever want to feel that again. I hate fighting. I don't ever want to become like... His voice trails off and his stance returns to a more natural pose, and he turns around and begins walking back towards the camp. I'm sorry for worrying you, he remarks as he passes.
She'll kind of grab his arm and say, it's kind of like a curse, isn't it? When that anger comes over you and you lose control of yourself. I know that feeling very well. You have to fight it, Theros. I'm not strong enough to fight it. In fact, I embrace it. It makes me who I am. I don't know what I'd be without my anger. But you're different. You're kinder than I am. So just be careful. Don't let it take over.
Am I? I'm not so sure. It's something I've tried to understand my entire life, but I don't get it. But I suppose you're right. I guess we'll just have to see what fate brings. And he just continues walking without saying anything else.
The party returned to their camp, where they had to confront the panic-stricken and angry survivors.
Did you just say that you wanted us to stay calm? You hid the fact that Zeph died at first, because you didn't want us to panic. And that went real well, didn't it? Because I'm certainly not panicking right now. I want to see him.
I don't know if that's best.
I don't care what you think.
What is that going to accomplish, Li Feng? Why do you want to see him?
You've all been keeping enough information from us for a while, and I just want to see it for myself.
What do you want to know? I will tell you anything you want to know.
he's just going to keep yelling. He's just going to keep saying,
Just let me see him.
After everything we've done for you people, none of us have any ties to you. We've protected all of you. We got you out of that town during the attack, and we've done our best to secure a place for you guys to stay. How dare you yell at us?
Li Fang, Sir the Hoodwall is dead. That is true. And we will not hide anything from you. What Oren says is right. And we have been trying our best, and we have not been perfect. That is true. But here, and he throws it on the ground, we have slayed this one. Some scout or something, I do not know. She is dead. And these caves, where we're going to take you, they are safe. So I understand why you're mad. But a new leaf has been turned. We will do our best. We will bury Sir Hoodwall, and we will honor his life. I have nothing more to say. We have nothing more to do. We can't fight amongst ourselves. The real enemy is there. Do not lose sight of that.
I know how you feel, Li Fang. I do. Do you know how many times I have let that anger consume me? It does no good to us now. It won't bring the Hoodwall back. It won't bring Zeph back. But if you need someone to take your anger out on, then do it to me, not to Oberyn, not to anyone else. It's not worth it. But if you really need someone to be angry at, then be angry at me. Because I didn't tell you that Zeph died. I didn't tell any of you that Zeph died. And that was wrong, and I'm sorry. But if we let this tear us apart, then one by one, we're going to get picked off. And we're all going to die. And I don't want that. I've seen enough of death. I've seen enough of sadness and grief. And I'm so very tired of it. So I'm asking you to just trust us one last time. We are so close. We are so close to being somewhere that will be safe for us. So just trust us this one last time.
I am not good with words, but I have seen Niari speak kindly of someone at a moment like this before. I will do my best. I did not know the Hoodwall well, but I know that he dreamed of a better future. And so I pray to all the gods that we can make the future he dreamed of a reality, something real. Let this be the last one.
We are missing a bit of our light in the camp now. He was that light. So now the responsibility falls to all of us to carry his light forward and to not give in to grief and despair. Because that was not like him, and we will not do him any justice by falling into that well. So from here on out, we will carry hope with us, and we will prevail, even if it costs me my life. We will prevail.
After holding a funeral for Sir Hoodwall, the company of survivors marched onward toward the caves. While traversing through a ravine, they were ambushed by a group of hobgoblins. Enemy archers fired. The heroes drew their weapons and fought to defend their companions. After bravely defeating their melee combatants, the hobgoblin archers fled and disappeared into the Fangwood. The survivors continued to the caves and settled in. Oren ventured down to the forge, and upon doing so, met a traveling merchant from the Darklands. The party secured some supplies and decided to set out once again, exploring to the south. As they traveled down towards the Khalid Shrine, Pharaoh and Oren spelled what they assumed to be the beginning embers of a forest fire. Hoping to catch it before it spread further, they scouted its source and uncovered a party of hobgoblins. Will they be able to stop the blaze in time, or will the hobgoblins overpower them? I guess we'll have to wait and see.